te lo puedo explicar, porque no vas a entender. La final es que perdimos, cuántos años la lloré, pero eso se terminó, porque no la reclamé.
La final coloca azúcar. Muchachos, ahora nos volvimos a ilusionar. Cuando gana la tercera, cuando se campeón mundial. ¡Vamos, chicos! El fútbol es una emoción muy popular en Argentina. El fútbol es un estilo de vida. Mar del Plata, Matías Sule. Woo! What a goal! Parma 0, Roma 1. We keep on grinding. We keep on grinding. Undefeated in the league in almost 2 months now, which proves to you that this man is pulling miracles. And I'm not speaking about Sule here, I'm speaking about Claudio Ranieri. That man is pulling miracles. Look, I think this second half was very poor. I have to agree with you. I think that second half was very, very poor. We had to end the game, and it's a problem because had they been 11 versus 11, I'm not that sure once again that we would have won today's game. But I'm incredibly happy because I was not expecting a win today. Again, the win came with a set piece. What a set piece it was. But at the end of the day, I genuinely don't care. I genuinely don't care. It's a win. A win is a win. It's another win that we add to the list. And now we prepare for the game that we must win. And the game that we will win. I am convinced. Thursday against Porto, of course. But look, that free kick was sensational. That free kick was... and the reason I'm very happy it's for 3 reasons. Number one, because I called it in the match preview. I said it. I absolutely said it. If Sule would have started, Sule would have scored. Number two, I'm incredibly happy for him. I am so happy for that man, and I'm going to get into the Sule talk in a second. And number three, a win is a win. And if you're not happy for this win, then you're not a real fan. That's as simple as it gets. Again, Parma weren't amazing. I have to agree with you. Parma were nothing special. But these are the games that you must win, and that on paper, even if you are better than them, at times you do bottle. And we've got this problem in our DNA. Roma tend to underestimate these games. So to kind of, have a few results that we can, having got, full points in the last few games, sets us up for an interesting second half of the season. As I always say this, but it sets us up psychologically for the coming games, Thursday against Porto, and most importantly, we're climbing positions. Now, I've said it myself, I don't think we're going to get Europe via the league, but guys, the truth is that we're climbing positions. We're still where we are. We haven't surpassed anyone, but the gap is a gap that is decreasing. A gap is a gap that a few months ago said that we were 15 points from Milan. After today, yes, Milan have a game in hand, but it's a 4-point gap. So it shows to you that we're climbing positions, that we're grinding momentum, and that most importantly, Claudio Ranieri is working miracles with this football club. And that's something that I'm going to get into today as well. I have to start with that free kick. I'm so happy for him. I cannot express in words how happy I am for Mati Sule, because it's not easy to be Mati Sule this season, coming in, knowing that you kind of had the pressure to replace Dybala because Dybala was going to leave, then Dybala stays, and therefore restricting your game time, not playing much, playing some bad games, improving, working hard in training sessions. Ranieri has always emphasized this. Today, he scores a screamer. And that, if you've played football, you know that is a screamer. Because to put that ball at the back of the net, like he did, you're either a baller or you simply cannot do it. That is one of the hardest free kicks that a football player can take. And if you've played the game, you will know this. Because it's so close to the box that you gotta lift the ball and make it collapse down into the back of the net in such a quick span of time that you've got no idea. You've got no idea how difficult that free kick is. But right, look, I missed the super chat, did I? Neno, grazie mille per le 2 ore e 49. Donazione per la fondazione della Simo Bet. Grazie mille, bello. Grazie tante. But yeah, look, hit the like, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down below. And let's get into this, which first part is Sule. I've said it. I'm so happy for him because he deserved this goal. He deserved this goal more than anyone else in this team. Not because he was, unlucky with it, but because he's gone through a lot. It's not easy to comb a gap from Frosinone to Roma. It's not. It's not easy. And I think having arrived at the airport this summer with so many fans, with so many fans waiting for you, it puts you even more pressure because it means that these fans expect more from you. Not having a lot of game time because Dybala is better than you, because Dybala is, at time of speaking, more important than you, has restricted his identity, I think. Today he played well, and I'm not just looking at the goal. The movements he's improving, and I have never abandoned the Sule train. I've never decided to go off it. I've always said in match reactions how I believe in this guy. This guy has got quality. He just needs confidence. It's not it. He's got a mountain to climb yet. He's got more goals to score, more games to be played. But this is a good starting point, which comes in a very important month of the season, as the one of February. Okay, I've criticized him before because you can't be playing football like this. But I'm improving. I'm seeing improvements, and I'm 100% convinced that with Ranieri, he's improved so much. Speaking about the performance, because as much as, yes, we're very happy, we got 3 points, Sule scored and everything, I have to be honest with you, that second half performance is not good. It's not good, let's not lie to ourselves. Not everything can be amazing when you only win 1-0, and especially when after half an hour into the game, you're down, Parma is down by 1 man. You need to be scoring more goals, you need to be burying your chances, and you need to be controlling the game with a much more control than what we did today. Because I am convinced when I say that if this game would have continued for 20 more minutes, Parma would have equalized. And not because Parma were amazing, but because I know my football club too well. I know my team too well. When they kept on putting the ball in the box, a handball, a penalty, football is weird. When you're leading on the pitch after 30 minutes, by results and by players on the pitch, you simply cannot be playing like this. You need to score more goals and you need to end the game. Now, the reason why I think we didn't play with much intensity in the second half is because my reasoning was, right, the important thing today is getting 3 points. I don't care how you get 3 points as long as you get 3 points today. Because the number one objective is Thursday. And you can see this from the lineup. The lineup was a turnover lineup. With a few certainties, but it was a turnover lineup. So the reason why I think we didn't push to end the game is because as long as I win, I'm happy. Why do I need to get all the energies out of myself when I'm already winning, when Parma are shit, and when on Thursday I've got the game of my life? So my reasoning behind as to why we haven't scored more goals is because, and the reason why we didn't play, because let's face it realistically, when you're leading 1-0 and when it's 11 against 10 after 30 minutes, you need to be playing fast football to score more goals. You need to open up, you need to create chances, run, press, and if you do all of that, you'll win 2-0, 3-0. But why do I need to do that when on Thursday I've got the game of my life, so I need to be fresh for it, and as long as I win today, I get 3 points. If it's a 1-0 win or a 2-0 win or a 3-0 win, it's 3 points. So that's my reasoning behind it. But in a world where Thursday you do not have a game, you need to be playing with more intensity. And this is a lesson. I am sure Ranieri isn't happy with that second half performance. And I'm not happy with that second half performance, because it's a risky performance. It went well today because they were very bad. And I don't know why they got Dennis Mann out. I mean, due to tactical reasons for sure. But I don't understand why he got Dennis Mann off. Okay, he had to defend, but you can't remove Dennis Mann from it, you know. So yeah, I think it's risky. We risked today because one mistake in the box, one handball in the box, and in the modern game, we've seen how easy it is for defenders to give a penalty away, and you fucked it up. So it can't be this, but I'm not complaining one bit, because in fact, I was not convinced that we were going to win today. And if you watched the match preview, you know, I think this game today, of course, was influenced by that red card, but otherwise, I think we would have risked. And you know, if Sule didn't score that goal, had we won today, that Salah Eddin miss, he had to bury that chance. But I'm going to start off with Salah Eddin. I've been surprised by him. I've been impressed by him. Again, I am not, you know me, new players for me are a hazard. Because I can't build a judgment, an official judgment of him after 60 minutes, 70 minutes. Like, he played well, but I'm not going to say that he is the right back of our future, the left back of our future, that he's an unreal player, because I've been tricked far too many times with my expectations. He played a good game. And the one thing that I liked about him is the ability that he has to insert himself in the box. That's something that our fullbacks simply don't do, especially on the other side. You need to create more chances and ultimately increase the probability of scoring goals. You need your fullbacks to go into the box, to add players in the box. Because we always, in my opinion, we always attack with a few players in the box. So, and he did it quite a few times today, running into the box without the ball, running in, movements in the box. That's something that our fullbacks need to do. So, good game from him. Defense was solid. Mancini was solid until he got subbed off. Nelson was solid. And Dika was solid. Gurna Duat, the guy, I'm very intrigued by him because I think he's got massive potential. He needs to be careful with one thing. He needs to be careful to... I said it last time as well. The problem with Lucas Gurna Duat is that he's too aggressive on players when he doesn't have the ball. And it's a characteristic of a football player that shows to you that he's still very young and he's still very immature. But you see, he played 2 games, and in almost 90 minutes combined, because he didn't play a full game, he played half an hour, I think he played, in the 2 games combined that he played, he already got 2 yellow cards. That's a problem moving forward, because he's going to get suspended if the frequency of yellow cards doesn't decrease. So the only thing, I like him as a player, and I think Ranieri's positioning of Gurna Duat today, placing him in the first 30 minutes behind the striker to add physical support to Shomurodov, I think was very smart. I think he's a very intelligent player. He needs to improve in halting himself and waiting for the opponents instead of going directly for the legs, because it is going to cost him a lot of yellow cards. And the more yellow cards he gets, the more games he'll miss, of course. So, and of course, it puts the team in a danger, because let's say today Ranieri had finished his substitution slots, Gurna Duat got that yellow card, couldn't get subbed off, and then seeing how irrelevant he is, he'd got another yellow card because he could have done it, would have been 10 against 10 again in the last 10 minutes. So he needs to improve in understanding when to wait for the opponents and understanding when to tackle on the ball. Because up to now, which is understandable, this is a constructive criticism. He's a very young player. What he does is, this is the leg. That's what he does. And it's risky, okay? But I like him, and I think he's a very intelligent player. And I'm glad we bought him because I think he has potential. Çelik played well today, surprisingly enough. Up front, Sule man of the match for sure. Shomurodov, again, it's the classic Shomurodov game. Fights everywhere, but doesn't have many chances in front of the goal. And then who's up there? Oh, Baldanzi got subbed in. Yeah, Baldanzi got subbed in well. But you can tell that Baldanzi wants to start games. But I am happy that Sule started because he needed to start a game and play 90 minutes in a game. I think it's the first game that Sule has played a full one since he's a Roma player. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, look, that's my match reaction. The last thing which I will say, which I think is more of something that I didn't like compared to something that I mean, it's not something that I liked. It's a criticism. It's something that needs to change. Why is it that it feels like, I get the impression that in recent times, we're scared to take corner kicks. Number one, if you paid close attention today, every time we had a corner kick, we had more players outside defending than players inside the box trying to score. And why is that? That is because we've conceded so many goals on counterattacks that we have problems defending it. We've got problems defending counterattacking goals against counterattacking teams. The only way Parma would have scored today was if a missed corner kick turned into a counterattack for them and they scored. Like Como, like Verona, it happened so many times this season. And as much as, yes, it's important to be precaution and defend a corner kick, having a corner kick is a chance to score a goal. You can't focus on defending a potential counterattack from a corner rather than wanting to score in it. Because we were very good on set pieces with Mourinho, and then after Mourinho, we've been absolutely terrible when it comes to corner kicks. I don't remember the last goal we scored on a corner kick. Number one, we need to start finding a tactical way to take them, because the amount of corner kicks that we waste, friends, lads, guys, lasses, is just not sustainable. The amount of short corner kicks that we take, which end up being useless, is not sustainable, and it's wasted chances. So we need to start finding a tactical composure to taking corner kicks. Take lessons from Arsenal on other teams, because otherwise it's just a wasted chance. And number two, we need to be more careful, of course, when conceding corner kicks and therefore counterattacks. But that can't be a priority. Having a corner kick and defending from it rather than wanting to score is ridiculous. You need to try and score on a corner kick. You can't only focus on defending. And I think what was alarming today was the amount of corner kicks that we wasted, as I said before, and the amount of times that we played with like 3 players in the box wanting to score from a corner kick, and about 6 players wanting to defend from it. It can't continue like this. Like, you have to be more careful, but yeah. Firas, thank you very much for your super chat. I'm Saudi, and I was really hoping get some minutes, but now that Roma is out of the Cup and only has Serie A and Europa League, not sure when he will have some minutes. Well, yeah, look, Saud, I think the fact that we bought Wrench, the fact that he bought Wrench suggests to me that he's not a massive fan of Saud, but he'll get his chances. I'm sure he will. Maybe not as a starting player though. And thank you for another super chat. Çelik was bad in the beginning of the season, but to be honest, he played well today and he's been good lately. Maybe you won't believe me, but Saud is good and you will see when he goes for a loan, says Firas. Thank you very much. The hate on Çelik is so forced. He's actually played good. I haven't said anything about Çelik today, surprisingly, so you can't attack me on Çelik today. Yeah, he played well today and he scored the goal against Porto. Hopefully he can grind some consistency because, you know, if we do, then it can be another one of those things that can change our season. I don't like Çelik. My opinion won't change just because he scored a goal on Thursday. He played a good game today, but overall, you know me, I'm not a fan of him. But yeah, maybe he can get some consistency for sure. Let's hope so. Right, that's it from me. No Cristante, party hard. Let's talk about our Europa League run. How bad do you think we're going to beat Porto and what are our chances of winning the UL? We'll speak about Europa League this week. I don't want to speak about Europa League now. Right, I'll catch you tomorrow. Big win. We keep on grinding. These are the wins that might not be the best, but trust me, they are the most useful. These are the wins that define the progress, the arch progress of a club. You need to win these games. And if you win them 5-0 or win them 1-0, at the end of the day, I'll sleep tonight. And the important thing is that you win them. And in these grounds, against these teams which need to save themselves, it's never easy. They aren't a good side, but it's never easy to play these games. We've got a few games now that we're playing against these teams. We need to maximize points. We need to close that gap and maybe try a miraculous uphill upgrade in the league. Right, I'll catch you tomorrow. Very important week. Buckle up. It's a massive one. Porto on Thursday. Game of your life. Game of the season. Do or die. In or out. Forza Roma. Forza Sule. Forza Claudio. Forza Roma sempre. Hit the like, subscribe, and catch you soon. Simo out. Bye bye.